Hey, everyone here. I'm Mike AD, and this is
The Black Shadow, Joey Donato.
the Knights of the Squared Circle Wrestling Podcast. Now, tonight, it is the Money in the Bank review show. How'd you like the show tonight there, Joey?
I thought it was pretty decent after all.
Out of 10, what do you think?
I give it 7.
A 7. Yeah, okay, that's pretty decent. That's pretty decent considering that tonight was billed as the greatest Money in the Bank card of all time. That's a little ambitious, don't you think?
Yeah, they played off as 10 matches throughout this entire pay-per-view, but only the kickoff show had 2, and the main card had 8. So they thought in total that equaled 10.
10. That seems a little heavy. When I was online, of course, I looked on Wikipedia, so I had to check to see what
like
the matches.
Everyone does.
Yeah, it's like everybody. And if you think that Wikipedia is truth, you should see this site that I saw on Monopoly. That was funny. Anyhow, it was far from the truth. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, tonight was Money in the Bank pay-per-view 2016 from the illustrious city of Las Vegas, Nevada. I wasn't here for the pre-show, as they call it now.
The kickoff show.
The kickoff show, or whatever it is, the dark matches that they now, televise or whatever. But Joey was. So he's going to let you know what the matches were and what the results were, and I'm just going to kick in my obligatory sarcasm. So, kill it.
All right. Our kickoff show started with the skip panel, as I like to call it. The kickoff show panel, or whatever they like to call it.
Don't even get me started on this.
I know. Well, I will say it had Lita, it had Renee, it had Booker T, and Corey Graves.
Okay.
The only part of it I found was what's going on here was they talked about the show, and Lita Renee had some pictures of them with some strapping young men with no shirts, no pants on, lifting them up.
Okay, say again. Is this like MXS on like channel 305, or what do you mean strapping young men with the thing?
Some very muscular men.
Okay, sure.
It's like they got them at Chippendales. They were They look like.
Okay.
They were out of the Magic Mike scene.
Okay.
There were some sailor guys with no shirt and no pants, just wearing tuxedo, little Speedos.
Okay, this is a wrestling show. Brass tacks here. Brass tacks. What happened?
It went nowhere. They're just saying, we went shopping. Then we met some men who picked us up.
Seriously?
That was the start of the show. But after that, there was the, to cut that, there was the promo of Cena versus AJ tonight.
Okay.
Pretty good done promo, showed everything that's happened throughout this entire year of Cena being injured and AJ trying to be the best wrestler in his company.
Okay, sure. What do you think about that?
I thought it was done justice. It made you prepared for what was about to happen tonight.
Okay. And how are you liking the build-up towards this AJ Styles match?
I thought the build-up was really good. I mean, if you look outside of it, both wrestlers started in their major companies in the same year, 2002, and they've made it this far within 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I saw the promo video for this match later on in the night as well, because they really love to replay shit.
It just seems that if you can't have more time on your hands, don't repeat the same thing.
Well, it's called SmackDown, dude. It's called SmackDown. It's called Replay Show.
Hopefully it won't be like that when the draft comes back.
You know what? In our second segment, we're definitely going to spend a great amount of time going over the pros and the cons and the repercussions of this brand split 2.0. So, okay, continue. What the fuck happened?
Out of hand with the Chippendales, man. Anyways.
Chippendales.
The first match in the kickoff show was the Golden Truth versus Breezango, as I like to call themselves.
These two. Goldust and R-Truth, right?
Yeah, versus Tyler Breeze and Fandango.
I think they spent more time on the rivalry between these four guys than they have in the whole main event.
That's true.
Yeah, it is true.
They booked this like, this is going to be a major thing, but then they put it on the kickoff show.
I'm not really surprised.
Well, It starts off with a very disgusting promo, as I like to call it, with Breezango having a tanning session together in the same one bed.
Okay.
So R-Truth and Goldust, they set the temperature to very high, and it says 1 hour and like 37 minutes later. It shows them like burnt,
All burnt to a crisp, like
burnt to a crisp, but it's like skin's peeling off of them.
So this is what I saw when they replayed the results from the match, and the guys looked like it was like a freaking horror movie where the guy's like bubbled skin.
It looked like Freddy Krueger, pretty much.
That was fucking horrific.
Yeah, the reason I say disgusting is just because like they were doing so many like homosexual things to each other, as I like to say. Like, I'm not trying to like be. I know they're not, but it's just the way they were doing was so weird. They were like spraying stuff on each other, putting lotion on each other. They're rubbing bananas on each other.
Yeah. It's soothing. It's soothing for the skin. Anyhow,
it's just very cringeworthy. I just want to skip that segment.
Very homoerotic segment.
Yeah. So pretty much it's like it skipped off. Like we saw Morrow and Byron on commentary for the kickoff show.
Okay.
The Golden Truth match was pretty much like a nothing match. Like it didn't really matter or anything. The Golden Truth ended up winning, which was their first victory actually as a tag team.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much the only sentimental thing I can say about it.
I am happy for those guys.
Yeah, it
freaking
is good.
World fucking title. Golden Truth. Febreze? What do they call the other team? Febreze?
Breezango.
Okay.
They should I was
Who is coming up with the names of these tag teams?
I don't know. I would come up with the Princes of Pretty.
The Princes of Pretty, that's better.
Like they're playing off them as the pretty boys. They're narcissists.
Yeah. Narcissism Incorporated. And it's better. It's better, buddy.
It is.
The Princes of Pretty. That's better. That's better than Febreze.
I guess that's what we're calling them now.
Febreze in the Golden Truth. Whoever's teamed with that guy this week.
Right. Anyways.
Okay. What happened? This match is taking up way more time than we should.
Yeah, it was pretty much the match was on like at least 5 minutes. It was just throwaway.
Okay, sure.
It cuts to a promo with Sammy and Cesaro, like a little vignette actually.
Okay.
They're talking about the Money in the Bank match, just setting up for later in the night.
Okay, sure.
The next part of that was a great promo for the ladder match. Had a very great song to it. It showed all the competitors, like their accomplishments, and showing every other guy who was in this match getting ready for it. It showed all the other guys who were in it.
I was very looking forward to it.
And it did not disappoint. We'll get to that later.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we had a interview with the Divas, which was Natalia and Becky. They were answering pre-answered questions.
They were answering loaded questions.
Yeah, it was like
scripted.
It was like fan. It was like fan questions, but they already knew the answers to them.
Of course they did. I hate those segments.
Again, more wasting of time.
Oh yeah, especially with Natalia and Becky Lynch. Some of the worst shit. Okay.
If you can't be on the mic, just be a wrestler. You don't have to speak.
Yeah, that's what managers are for.
Yeah. Okay. The next part was the next match. It was the Lucha Dragons versus the Dudley Boys.
And what was the purpose of this fucking match?
I think it was just more time.
Space filler.
Yeah, it was more space filler.
Okay.
Like, they didn't have a rivalry or anything. It's the first time I saw these guys' face.
I think that I was walking in. We were setting up the gear just as this match was ending.
Yeah, we were. I saw the beginning of it like right before you came into the house. Like I had a little segment where the Lucha Dragons entered, and I was like, had a part where it was like the Lucha Dragons come out to a what the fuck are they wearing?
At some point, we're gonna get into one of your wrestling preoccupations, which is the which candy bar rapper are you?
Yeah, give a little like homage and tribute to OSW. What bar are they? My girlfriend actually looked them up, and she described them as a package of rice.
Rice, basmati rice.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay, so during the match, Mara was doing amazing commentary, calling everything move by move and what they were properly supposed to be called.
I expect nothing less than from
he's
Morrow.
amazing. Yeah, so the Lucha Dragons win in a pretty decent match. They got all their like skits out there. The Dudleys didn't really hit their 3D because otherwise the match would be over. But everybody got their spot. It was a pretty good part of it.
And the Dudleys prove that they're there for enhancement talent only. Yeah. Okay.
The pre-show ended with just a promo of Roman versus Rollins for tonight, and that's kind of how it ended.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
The reason I say the skip panel is because halfway, like not halfway, like almost throughout this entire thing, there was the panel. So I just decided, okay, even if it's there, I'm not going to mention it.
Skip panel. Yeah. I think that when we get to the main panel, when it gets to the
main card,
and we get to that part, I am going to blow my stack on this. So
because they already showed enough.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is a load worth blowing because. Yeah, these panels piss me right off.
Like, it probably pissed you off more if it was on Raw. I mean,
yeah.
It's not like you only have like 3 hours of wrestling to get through.
I know, but it isn't 3 hours of wrestling. It's like 3 hours and 20 minutes of fucking wrestling. And it's like, then they have the gall to waste my fucking time. Anyhow. So roll the credits.
Right.
Roll the promo video. Money in the Bank 2016. Set off the fireworks.
And the promo package.
Money. Okay, all right, let's go. Here we go. Here it is. Okay.
They didn't play that theme song.
Main card.
The main card. The first
match on the card.
It was the WWE Tag Team Champions, The New Day.
Fatal 4-way match.
Yeah, versus the Club, Enzo and Cass, and the Vaudevillains.
Okay.
I had a few things jotted down that kind of confused me a little bit. Like, you mentioned it yourself, that's like, is this tornado tag or not? Because it seemed like the referee himself forgot the rules of the match.
Oh, because if it's a tag match, then you can't tag everybody. And it seemed like this match it was a tornado tag style match.
Yeah, it just seemed like if it was, and it's like, why are the wrestlers on the side? I was saying, for politeness, they don't want to get into the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started off, Enzo came out to a very interesting attire. He came out to a Vegas theme for his pants. And then we noticed halfway through the match he had the shit emoji on the back of him.
Okay, that's great.
Michael introduced the other commentators by the tables. There was 3 commentator tables by the ring.
It's the same thing, right?
It's the same thing.
Team Espanol, Team Deutschland, and
yeah.
Okay, so you know what? This is going to be really amazing when it gets to like when there's a Raw table and a SmackDown table and a Deutschland table and a Spanish table I mean, they really love doing this. Where it's like, hello, we are from Portugal, we are from Russia, we are from Japan. Like, there's so many commentary teams that like they're in the stands. There's no room for them at ringside.
If they were at ringside, they'd surround the ring, so you have a table to go through every time you fall out of the ring.
Wouldn't it be great if they had like a Falls Count Anywhere match and someone like ran through the arena, went and then smashed the Japanese table at like the 500 level?
Just like, oh, come on, we have it all the way over here and you still smash it. You couldn't smash the English table.
Dude, if I was the Spanish announcer table, I would just take my table and get it the fuck out of there, because I know that there's something bad's going to happen to my table. Just get out of there before the shit even goes down.
Just pick it up and walk away.
Okay, this match...
this match, before it started...
Dude, a lot of talking, dude.
Yeah.
A lot of talking. And
the New Day decided to have a little vignette where they're making fun of the other teams.
Right.
That took up too much time.
I think they brought Enzo and Cass out there first because they do get the crowd excited. They really do get the crowd going.
Yeah,
and I can't blame them for that.
That's 100% true. It just seemed like halfway through the match, the fans were actually a little bit bored because after the talking, all the action was done. It just seemed like, okay, now they have to wrestle.
Now, basically what you have there is 3 entertainment promo style teams and 1 serious tag team. So, I mean, that's the result you get. Although the match had some really great spots.
It did. I'll name a few for you if you don't mind.
Great. Sure. Just fire away.
The start of it was some very great double team moves by Kofi and Enzo.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up fighting each other, doing some, I guess you would say, some classic RVD versus Sabu skit where, I'll do a move, I'll reverse it, you do a move, and you'll reverse it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It went by long.
I didn't notice I didn't see a unicorn stampede this time. I
Yeah,
really
they didn't
enjoy
end
that.
up
I
doing that.
really enjoy the unicorn stampede. I really enjoy that.
Oh, you really do?
Oh, it's great. Yeah. Just stomp, 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 get out. Stomp, 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 get out. It's like unicorn. It's great. It's great. It's awesome.
JBL
It's
described it as a unicorn glory hole stomping.
That is disturbing.
I know.
A unicorn glory hole stomp.
I heard him say it on Raw. I was like, what the hell did he just say?
What the fuck?
I did not want to bring that up, but it's like I had to at this point.
Did anybody like go on the internet and write unicorn glory hole?
They
I hope
probably
they found
didn't.
some
Milo Pony fan fiction.
I just fucked some fucked up shit there. Okay.
Okay. So again,
I like the ending. Love the ending of the match. With that move that Big E's got, the cock smasher. Oh, what do you call that move?
He had a few good moves in this match. He had the big splash on the apron, which usually does that. Looks like it'll break the guy's fucking ribs.
Oh yeah. Oh, I think it breaks his ribs too.
Probably. He did his spear to the outside.
He does. The guy's.
He needs to fix that though. He keeps landing on his head every time I see him do it. And he just gets up and is like, "Oh, I'm fine. No brain cells killed."
He's only gonna do it wrong once.
We got a few holy shit chants, and a little mistake I saw was like off camera, Xavier got hit. Like you said, the director, that was his fault.
Yeah, it was definitely director's move, but I'm not too overly concerned with that kind of stuff.
Right.
It's good to see that they're human.
Yeah,
they fuck up a little.
Yeah, that's true. Like if everything's perfect, we wouldn't have shit to talk about. The finish of the match.
We wouldn't be here if things were perfect.
Yeah, the finish of the match was the tag team move that is called the Midnight Hour, which is the move that Big E and Kofi do, which they never mention. They never say what that move is called. He performed it on Carl Anderson. Right before that, Aiden got hit with the Magic Killer, and then Big Cass knocked, I believe, Anderson out of the ring. Gallows. No, Gallows got hit out of the ring. He got big boot.
The guy got such a big boot that he sent himself over the top rope.
Yeah.
That's big.
Midnight Hour was hit on Carl, but after Aiden was hit with the Magic Killer right before, he decided to go pin him, and that was it. New Day wins.
Yeah. I think, can you tell me again what the record is for the longest reign with the WWE tag titles? Was that the Spanish tag team, the Unico and was that Carlito?
Unico and Primo,
and then they had those titles for a long time. What's the record? Like almost a year, right?
Right. They couldn't really find anybody to give them to. That's when I believe the Usos beat them for the titles.
Are you sure?
I could be wrong.
I think that's when. Isn't that when the Hart Dynasty beat them or something for those titles?
I think you're right. I don't know
because
it's just so
long
ago.
Yeah, it seems. But you know, like 2 months is a long time in the wrestling business. It's forever. So,
well, not in WCW. Apparently, a long time is the next day.
So,
if you remember when Sting got that bloodbath by Vampiro, on the Monday Nitro, and then on Thursday on Thunder, he comes to the arena and he's still covered in blood. It's like that time gap between the days does not exist. It's like the next show is literally the next day.
Sting is walking around with the blood-encrusted
t-shirt. T-shirt. He's wearing his outfit and he's having a tables match against the wall for fun. just cause.
Okay.
Anyways,
anyhow, after
the New Day wins, there was Tom Phillips interviews Owens, and you love this segment.
Oh Jesus Christ! I love Kevin Owens. What a hell of a promo this was.
Yeah, Jericho interrupted him. He starts talking some trash to him. Then
two of the better promos in the business right now is those two guys.
Yeah, then Del Rio interrupts, and then he just goes to town everyone. Like, oh, no one cares about you, Tom. Calls out Jericho on calling people stupid idiots. And says to Del Rio, like, oh, Perro, I know what that means. You do? He's like, yeah, because that's the only thing you ever say to people.
Kevin Owens makes everyone look so silly. He's so comfortable behind there.
He's better as a heel if he ever became a face.
I'm afraid to see what would happen if they ever face turned him. They would ruin him. Just ruin him. Okay, what's next? What happened next?
The second match was Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin again.
Part 3 or 4, right?
It's probably part 4.
Okay. Like, I was not really impressed with the first, 5
It had a very slow start.
45 minutes of this match,
Yeah,
or whatever it was.
too slow to get started.
And then once it started going and start getting the false finishes in this match, this was a decent match. That obviously Dolph Ziggler was in charge of this match, trying to make Baron Corbin look good. But Jesus, man, this guy is huge. You got a big push on this dude, and you got the human selling machine in the ring with him, and you can't make this guy look good. That's not a good sign, man.
It's not Dolph's fault because anybody he's in the ring with, he'll always make them look good. He's the king of super selling.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But there's something about this guy that's missing and not right.
It reminds me of like a dude at work that he's trying to put in the minimum amount of effort so when he goes home, he's not tired.
Really?
That's what it reminds me of.
Is that the impression you get?
I don't know,
Okay.
it just seems like a guy who's like, oh, I don't have to put in maximum effort. My opponent's doing that for me.
Yeah. I got it in the bag. I used to work with a guy like that.
Yeah, I noticed a few times in
He
this
drove,
match just because
this-
he was taunting too
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Continue with your
dude,
story.
Dude, I enjoy that kind of stuff. When the heel, like, breaks the guy's back, and then the guy, like, starts shouting at the crowd, like, I'm the fucking best. I'm gonna fucking kill him, motherfucker.
Well,
And stuff. And then the guy goes in the ring, and then the guy, like, almost gets
Yeah.
pinned, and then the guy loses his mind, breaks the guy's neck. I'm the fucking greatest. I love the taunting of the crowd. I love that kind of shit. But there's something about Baron Corbin not connecting.
it just kind of reminds me of like a Mike Awesome. Like I said this earlier in the night, just because Mike Awesome's gimmick was like he hurts people. He has this gimmick, like he does the big supercell moves to the guys. Not that the guy's taking the move supercell. He's that he's legitly hurting the guy to get over.
Right. Yeah.
You were gonna say
Hard
something.
way.
Yeah, you were gonna say something about a story before.
No, you know what? I think we're spending way too much time on this match.
Yeah, the
I
end
think,
of it was just
dude, I think that number one,
yeah.
the first match, you should have killed him. The second match, you should have killed him. And there shouldn't have been like part 3 or part 4 to this bullshit.
Part 3 was on Raw. He just went up to him and kicked him in the dick. That was the end of it.
Yeah, that's that doesn't mean that it doesn't count, but I mean,
It just this has gone too long.
yeah, number one, you shouldn't have lost to Ziggler the first time. You have a guy, the guy wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which is like it's turning into the like the graveyard of your career. It's like, okay, everything's really good. What's going to happen to this guy? This guy just won the freaking Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. This guy's going to get a big push, and then the guy's going to freaking disappear off the face of the earth. He's going to be losing to Xavier Woods next week.
I don't think they know what to do with this guy.
I just
keep putting him against
dude,
Ziggler.
Why would you ever bring him up from developmental if you didn't have any plans for him?
They thought it was a good time just because he won the Battle Royal. They figured, oh, this will get his career started.
Dude, then just have him run through guys. The guy's huge. The guy's full of tattoos. The guy has a crazy look. The guy can't wrestle worth a shit. But you can just put him with a bunch of guys that can sell. Put him in there with Kalisto. Put him in there with Dolph Ziggler. Put him in there with smaller guys that make him look stronger and unstoppable. And it's like,
so pretty much we need another Goldberg.
you just every new guy, you need to put him in there and just have him crush guys.
Just nothing but squash matches. With
Yeah,
him,
like
pretty much?
not lose fucking matches and count out. Like that is the most. It boggles my mind how they want to book these guys. What do they call it? Like
jobbing, pretty much.
Yeah,
It's
but
like,
yeah, but what do they call it? Like there's a name for the style of booking that they call it. Like the parody booking that they got. This week I win, this week I lose. This week I win, this week I lose. And guess what?
I think that's mid-carding.
Yeah.
Or under-carding.
The parody booking that they have doesn't make anybody distinctive at all.
Right.
Anyhow, we've wasted way too much time.
Yeah, the end of this was
on Dolph Ziggler, like selling this out. And by the way, Baron Corbin won this thing with.
Yeah, he hit the end of days. He calls it.
Okay. What's next?
Third match is the women's champion Charlotte and Dana Brooke versus Natalya and Becky.
Let me just start out by saying, was I the only one that loved that Ric Flair breakup?
I thought it was pretty dark, but considering the fact that Paige already made fun of Charlotte's dead brother, I figured, okay, nothing could surprise me at this point.
Yeah, that was kind of a little crossing the line.
Yeah, well, Rick was actually legitimately pissed because they didn't tell him that they were going to mention
dude,
his son.
Dude, I was watching this thing, and she's telling her dad, I don't need you no more. And Ric Flair, like he does best, in tears. Like I said, this is fucking awesome. It's like, how can you make this woman any bigger heel than she is already? You turn on Ric Flair. Ric Flair's crying in the ring. Get out of my ring. Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Even Stephanie,
she's awesome.
Yeah,
okay.
Even Stephanie went neutral with that because she actually the next week she got up to Charlotte, said like, "You're a disgrace. Like, how dare you do that
dude,
to Rick?"
She buries everybody.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like at will, she'll just bury everybody to make herself look good. I despise her. Anyway,
to get to this match, it starts off like Nat and Beck actually hit the Heart Attack. Pay homage to the
Heart Foundation. I love them. That's great. That's great. It's a nice ode.
We have some more heels being heels as they're taunting in the ring while the guy's down. Becky cleans house. The crowd is cheering for Becky the most out of this entire match. There's a lot of hair pulls and headbutts, and then there's the new finisher. Well, not really new. She's done it a few times, but the new name for her neck breaker, the flip over neck breaker. It's called the Natural Selection.
Okay, cool.
I've never heard that before.
I've heard it before. I didn't know that's what that move actually was. It's called the Natural Selection. Okay, it didn't look so good. It don't look like a finisher. It looks like a headache.
Well, it looks like more of like a signature. Like you hit that to set up to
like
something.
A flip over, like
it's a flip over RKO.
Flip over 6-inch neck breaker.
Yeah.
I don't see how that's a finisher, but it looks pretty cool.
This match ended with Charlotte and Dana winning because of that move, and then Natalie heel turns and hits Becky in the back with an elbow.
Dude, I was pissed
that they heel turned her.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Like, who do they have? Like, they heel turn people for no fucking reason. They just get the crowd on your side, and then what do? Well, we don't have anything to do with Becky Lynch, so we'll just we'll just heel turn Natalya. And 5 months from now, she'll turn back again. She's gonna be like the Big Show, she's
gonna be the female Big Show.
The Big Show,
the 1,000 heel.
Yeah,
and face turns.
2 weeks later she's turned, and then she's a face, then she's a heel. Sometime I'm gonna get a list of all the heel and face turns of the Big Show, and we're gonna sit here and we're gonna analyze it because it's fucking ludicrous.
We could do that in a bonus episode, I guess.
Yeah. Apparently over his career, the Big Show had somewhere between 34 face and heel turns.
And sometimes they'd even show on camera, just this week he's a heel.
I'm a monster this week. Now I'm crying. Now I'm imitating people. I'm unstoppable. My house is gone. I'm a monster. I'm a comedian this week. It's like, this is just the way that the wrestling business is. We get what we deserve because we're fans of this bullshit.
The next part of that was a promo of AJ Styles being on the podcast tomorrow right after Raw.
I'm looking forward to it, but I don't have the network anymore. So let me know how that goes.
I'll record for you. I'll show you.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
There was an interview with Dean Ambrose, and he talks about being upset is fun. You should be pissed off. It gets your energy going.
That's it.
Yeah, that was about it. And
so I guess, okay, let me just say this.
Yeah.
The fact that in the first segment, Money in the Bank segment, we had the 3 heels all together in one.
Yeah.
And then early on, we had the other 2 guys, and we had for some reason, Dean Ambrose was a focus of this.
He was the main part of this entire
match. Almost like they're trying to tell you that he is the focus of this particular match.
Pretty much.
That's all I got from it. I'm Dean Ambrose. I'm the focus of this match.
The fourth match was Sheamus versus Apollo Crews, and I actually really enjoyed this match.
Oh, absolutely!
This is what you would call a wrestling match.
Oh yes, I actually like the build up to this match. I like this. I like the
whole future killer.
I call him the future killer. The guy here's the guy, the veteran, Mohawk, which I'm the only guy that loves this fucking thing. I love this fucking Mohawk. I love it. With the red hair, red tights, totally white skin.
And red beard.
Yeah, this guy looks like a human Diet Coke can. Okay.
His pants reminded me of a Kit Kat bar.
So Yeah, this guy goes and attacks Apollo Crews because he doesn't like the future jumping into his spot.
I think it was because he got beaten by Sammy, which took his spot in the Money in the Bank match.
Okay, absolutely.
That's pretty much starts like
I like it
hit.
exactly. I like it when matches actually have a legitimate justification. The beginning of the match, very good, very physical from the outset.
We had a few Randy Orton rest hold headlocks though. That's what kind of slowed the match down.
But I enjoy Apollo Crews.
He's an amazing athlete.
Very strong and very quick and acrobatic for a guy his size. So he really reminds me of ACH a lot of ways from Ring of Honor.
I know that guy. He's amazing. There's a few good spots in this match. There was an Irish curse on the floor.
I just love stuff on the floor.
I
just love it when the guys do their finisher on the fucking concrete.
There was an overhead belly to belly over the ropes to the outside of the ring to Sheamus.
Right.
And then there was a standing moonsault from the apron straight down to Sheamus while he was on the floor.
That was great.
That was
great.
You heard it when he smacked him.
Great looking spot.
The finish of this was a Celtic cross from the top rope, which only got a 2, and then Apollo Crucifix pins him from the floor and actually gets the victory.
And then Sheamus just goes wild as Apollo celebrates going up the ramp.
Right.
This is gonna continue.
Save for
we have a few pay-per-views to go, and we have nothing to do with Sheamus, and we have nothing to do with Apollo Crews. So imagine this to get the the Baron Corbin Dolph Ziggler like treatment.
They cannot do that again. Fans are going
Apollo
to get so
Crews, Sheamus, the future versus the past. Part 6. It's like, here it is. These guys, by the time, by the time we get to Battleground, we're gonna be sick of these two guys.
Speaking of that, we actually had a promo like right before. There was another promo for the AJ Styles versus John Cena match, which we already said was already in the beginning of the kickoff.
Absolutely well built, very well built program.
Yeah, I will say at the beginning of AJ's entrance, like right when he got into the ring, someone threw a streamer in the ring.
I guess if you're familiar with Ring of Honor or you're familiar with Japan, that those are way more common.
It's a sign of respect, but obviously WWE does not watch any other wrestling show.
So, like, what are these streamers? Because I remember the first time I watched Ring of Honor, I turned on the TV, I said, what the fuck is going on? It's like a ticker tape parade when some of their favorite wrestlers get in the ring, but that's just their style, right?
Yeah, I went to a live show years ago, and I thought, like, it's pretty fun to do. Just throw streamers in the ring.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
It's a tremendous amount of respect, because the amount that actually go in there shows the amount of love fans have for the wrestlers.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, the Cena versus AJ match.
Oh, are we actually at this match?
Yeah, we're already at the 5th match of the night.
I like the build up to this match. I did not like the fact that the first week back that John Cena totally buried AJ Styles.
That's true.
And then the next week, John Cena does nothing but put over AJ Styles.
Even though, like, AJ even said, guys like you bury guys like me. Yeah. And then he just fucking goes ahead and buries him. He proves his point.
Exactly. But, if you look at the history of John Cena and the people that have crossed paths with John Cena, who ended up in feuds with John Cena, many people do not end up on the right side of history in a John Cena feud.
No, they're just any guy who fights them and loses, like, you don't hear about them.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, who's that? Oh, he's the mid-carder.
I think I saw this great video on the internet that you should see. I don't know if you've seen it. It's the 10 guys who lost their push. Just look this shit up on YouTube.
I think I've seen that
and
before.
It's like, dude, literally 90% of them, oh, he was doing so well. And he was in the main event picture for the first time in his career. And then a feud with John Cena, and he was soon released from the company. And it's like, before you know it, he's like, in a tag team with R-Truth, and it's over. This guy's finished.
I think one of the guys that I know that happened to was Bobby Lashley.
It is just, I mean...
remember Lashley, right?
Yeah, I remember Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, that guy, when the pay-per-views are still shown in the theaters, I went to go watch that with my brother. He had a good match against Cena. The next night, Raw, Candy takes him out, so he's playing the injured angle.
Yeah.
Like, he needs surgery, but then he gets released as he's going through surgery.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
It's like,
talk about
really.
the guy was like, that guy couldn't fit in a door. The guy was as wide as a truck, shredded to the bone. Crazy look, lots of ability. Like, at that point, I thought, man, what a time to put a guy like Bobby Lashley over. But not.
He had some great momentum going in. He was the ECW champion, and then he had to give it up when he got drafted, and that happened.
You know what? Speaking of that, how come there seems to be a double standard towards that? Because if you look at all those other drafts, how many guys kept their titles when they were drafted from one brand to the next one?
I think it's because ECW was kind of
supposedly supposed to be separate.
Yeah, it was supposed to be separate at that time. So it's like you leave ECW.
I'm just watching this
champion.
going, you're going to have to give up your title. It's like, fuck.
It was the same thing when Paige won the Divas title from AJ. She was the NXT Women's Champion at the time, and then when she won that, they're like, okay, you have to choose one show to be on.
And from that point on, I think that the NXT Women's division did nothing but a exponential equation upwards. From that point
if you
on,
watch it now, it's like you're actually watching.
It's
women's
a different.
wrestling.
Oh yeah, it's a totally different species. Yeah, This match with AJ Styles and John Cena, very good match.
There were so many like amazing spots in this match.
Let's just go over some of these.
Yeah, the beginning of it, we had the Let's Go Cena and AJ Styles chants, which this crowd was jacked for this match. They wanted to watch this for years.
You couldn't hear the announcers speaking.
That's how loud they were. It was amazing.
It was unreal.
Okay, a few spots. There was a big monkey flip by Cena. He did the "You Can't See Me" taunt to AJ, which AJ responds with an elbow to the face.
Right.
They're saying "Yay, boo" chants as they're doing the fisticuffs.
Mm-hmm.
AJ took most control of the match. I think he did a little swear during the match. He got beeped. He took a I would like to call it Jeff Hardy back body drop, where like he gets flung into the air and his arms go crazy.
Okay.
There was a random like crash sound I heard through the match. I think a ladder fell over at the stage. I think
that's true. I think that's true.
Cena did his 3 moves of doom, but got reversed into a head scissors from the ground.
Mm-hmm.
AJ did a suicide dive flip through the middle rope, but he missed. Cena put him back in the ring, got him with the STF.
Okay. He got out of that.
He got that. Got turned into.
There was a calf. There was a calf killer in this one.
He tried the AA and reversed into a calf killer.
Okay, that was a great looking spot.
Cena hit AJ with a major lariat and turned him inside out.
That's pretty good.
There was an AA. There was a kick out. There was the Batista bomb leg drop into the power bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Pele kick. There was a Styles Clash and a kick out. Many people in Japan are crying right now.
Okay, yeah. Let me just say this. I don't know how many of their listeners are really familiar with AJ Styles' work in Japan, where they built up the Styles Clash into the most devastating finisher in all of wrestling. I mean, even in TNA, where pretty much AJ Styles is the franchise there. Him and Samoa Joe. Is like, that was a freaking catastrophic finisher. And then I think I was watching TV. It must have been like SmackDown or Raw or something like that. And it was like AJ Styles against Chris Jericho.
I believe that was the pay-per-view, actually.
Are you sure that was the pay-per-view?
I believe that was the pay-per-view.
Something tells me it was the match on television.
I do remember the first time he actually hit that move was on SmackDown, did the Curse Axel.
Okay.
The first match he had against Chris Jericho, he used that to beat him.
Okay.
And the second time they fought, was at
Your memory is so much better for that stuff than mine.
Well, my mother says I have a memory like an elephant. This is the best way I could use it, since I actually give a shit about wrestling.
Yeah, you really give a crap about the actual details.
So what happened was it was the pay-per-view before WrestleMania.
Okay.
It wasn't Roadblock. It was the one before that.
Were we talking about the Styles Clash?
It was Fastlane.
Okay. And
that was the second time they fought. AJ did the Styles Clash. Chris kicks out.
He kicked out of the fucking Styles Clash.
I was just as angry as you, because no one kicks out of that.
I think I sent you a text message when he did it. It's like, he fucking kicked out of the goddamn Styles Clash.
Yeah,
it's like sacred fucking cow. You have to fucking murder all the sacred cows.
All the sacred cows.
You have to
cheat
the cows,
did not
and
kick
you have
out.
to fucking you got to fucking turn it into an A&W burger. Like, it's fucking bullshit. It's like you take one good fucking finishing maneuver and like fucking kick out of the goddamn Styles Clash.
I'm not taking
That
anything.
pissed me. I'm not taking anything away from fucking Chris Jericho. Okay? And like,
would you be any less upset if he didn't kick out of that and Cena was the first one to kick out of that?
I would have no problem with that because, as we know, John Cena is fucking superhuman cyborg.
He's Superman, that company.
You're right. So I don't have any problem with that. If he gives him the Styles Clash, he gives Curtis Axel the Styles Clash. Every time he beats, Chris Jericho, fucking pins him with the Styles Clash. Then he gets into a match with John Cena, and like all the fans go like, "Holy shit, he fucking kicked out of the Styles Clash." It's like, but you have to build shit up like that. You can't, in the first 3 weeks, have the guy kick out of the guy's finishing maneuver, especially when that is being touted as a devastating finishing hold.
If they probably would have ended the Jericho match where like he tried to do Styles Clash, but then reversed into Walls Jericho and he tapped out, I probably would have been fine with that.
I would have been fine with that as well. Oh, Christ.
Back to this match. Styles Clash kick out. We had reversal into reversal. The ref gets knocked out. We have an AA. We get no count. The ref is down. The club comes out.
Okay, so we got the club coming out.
They hit the Magic Killer, and then AJ gets the win.
Yeah, I was really surprised that happened because usually Cena gets because actually later in the night we got a nice visionary fall in the main event, but shit, I totally lost my place. Isn't that horrible?
It's all right.
It happens. It's just too much aluminum in my diet early on in my life.
There's just too much anger with this company for treating a superstar from all across the country.
It's unbelievable.
And then you butcher his finisher like that. It just really gets you going.
Oh, Christ, man. But he knocks out the referee. Out comes the fucking club again. It's like it actually, what it does is it makes AJ Styles look totally incapable of winning any match alone on wrestling skill.
Pretty much it's like the J&J security for Seth. It limited his ability.
Yeah. It actually, it diminished his capacity as champion and his credibility as champion. But,
if it had any other guy who wasn't a high flyer and did all these amazing abilities, I would have no problem with it. But the fact that you're limiting someone who can do this is terrible.
Yeah. How about a guy that can put Baron Corbin with these two guys?
And
this guy can fucking kick their ass.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, Baron Corbin champion because he has two fucking his two henchmen run in and can interfere on his behalf. But if you know the Bullet Club and you know the history of the Bullet Club, these guys interfere all the time because they're heels. But it gets a little annoying when they use the same tactics constantly. Great match. If it wasn't for the fact that the Money in the Bank ladder match delivered to the nth effing degree, that would have been my favorite match of the night.
Yeah, I also thought after the AJ and the Cena match the next match would have been the Dead Zone, but they brought out the Money in the Bank match next.
Yeah.
So the match after that was the Dead Zone.
Oh yeah. So
now we're at the Money in the
wins.
Bank. Yeah.
Now are we at the Money in the Bank?
Yes, it's right after.
Wow. Right yeah. This has been well built up. They had qualification matches for the participants in the match. They even had if you don't win, you're out. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed the Kevin Owens, Alberto Del Rio against the Lucha Dragons. No chance match, but enjoyed it nonetheless. Anyhow, we have who's in this match? Kevin Owens.
We have Jericho, Cesaro, Owens, Sammy, Del Rio, and
Dean Ambrose. We forget about that guy. The guy that anyway that they're focusing on. We forgot about that guy. Anyhow, what were your impressions coming into this?
I knew for a fact somebody's getting hurt in this match.
That's what you knew for sure. Someone was getting fucked up. That's a given, man. That's a given. Someone is gonna get fucked up.
My predictability, though, if what I knew coming into this match, I had a feeling Dean would win because after what happened on Monday, it seems like this guy has a better chance.
Okay, I had a feeling that one of two guys was gonna win this thing. One of them being Kevin Owens, who thinks he's always gonna fucking win.
Well, which is a good attitude if you think about it.
It's good. The guy's probably the fucking best heel in the company.
He is.
and Dean Ambrose, the guy that they're focusing on. This match was full of fucking insane spots.
Oh my!
Insane. I think I lost track of it. Like,
well, good thing I was writing them down.
Well, you made detailed fucking notes. I think you have about 2 pages of like really cool spots. Here
I'll get as much as I can.
Can you just do the devastating ones, and then we can all just laugh at the fucking carnage?
All right.
This match.
What was the first one I did? Okay, the first one I
just name them off because I'm like.
Well, there was one spot you actually found hilarious, which was one of the first ones. Okay, there was the Cesaro tumbleweed onto the ladder onto Jericho. Oh, the one after that, Kevin.
He hits the the Cesaro swing and nails the guy right into the fucking ladder.
Yeah, that was right after. Before that was Kevin fakes out Sammy by sidestepping the ladder and just super kicks him instead of running up the ladder and drop kicking him.
And then the guy puts a Michinoku driver on the fucking edge of the ladder on Owens.
He had the ladder on sideways and looked like he snapped his back.
Dude, that's not the only thing he fucking snapped. To turn his testicles into the fucking nutcracker.
There was a few.
Dude, that was fucking brutal. Brutal, man.
This match was very fast paced. Like I didn't find a one time where they decided to let's do like a little rest here.
Yeah, absolutely.
The moment it started to really heat up, so did the uppercut train. He kept doing it to the 3 guys, and then
Owens did his cannonball train.
Owen comes in, super kicks Cesaro, sends him head first into the setup ladder, and then starts to do the cannonball train.
Jeez, I thought he was decapitated.
Yeah, Sammy catches Kevin and exploder suplex him into Jericho sitting down in the corner.
Oh, man. I just love human wreckage.
Yeah, Sammy delivers some Helluva kicks. Del Rio does a cross-arm breaker to Cesaro on top of the ladder.
That looked great.
Kevin super kicks Del Rio. Cesaro springboard uppercuts from the ladder onto the rope and uppercuts Kevin.
That is the one insane spot that I haven't seen in a long time.
I never thought I'd see something
from
like
the
that.
ladder, off the rope, springboard into a spinning uppercut. Yeah. They are underutilizing this motherfucker.
This guy is
the greatest. This guy's the greatest. I just hope he doesn't turn into like a Ziggler guy that just goes out to make the match look flashy and make everyone look good, and then the guy will end up with no accolades at all in his career.
He had some really good spots in this match. Most of them were from him, especially like you mentioned, the giant swing to Jericho into the ladder,
into the fucking the ladder, and then the guy did like the springboard uppercut off the ladder.
Dean did an elbow drop off the ladder, and then Owens frog splashed Dean onto a ladder.
That looked good.
The
ending of this match came how?
Okay, after the Michinoku driver delivered to Owens, they did a double scaffold, and then all 6 men at that same time were fighting each other.
That was pretty crazy. I thought for sure that a lot of people were going to end up in the hospital tonight. They could still be there. They'll
probably be walking tomorrow, but at least with a limp, if you think about it.
I think we made the joke that the wrestlers are just taking their pain medication.
Right.
Just as this match is coming out. Because this was pretty brutal.
I know. It was like, I was like shocked seeing some of these moves. I've never seen it before, and I can't believe the balls these guys had to do this.
You know what? These matches are highly anticipated, and they raise the bar really, really high. And they have to, there has to be a lot of plunder. A lot of human wreckage, man, in these style matches, and it's hard to come up with stuff that people have not seen before.
It's hard to follow matches like that.
Dude, yeah, I really feel sorry for Rusev and Titus O'Neil in this next match.
Yeah, but, right before that, Dean knocked off Kevin and got the briefcase. That's how that ended.
So
and
Dean Ambrose, Mr. Money in the Bank, Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, and then right after that, we had the panel.
Oh, the panel. Okay,
you can go as much as you want.
Okay, I'm not going to because I don't have infinite amounts of space on this fucking recorder. Okay, number one, the promos are scripted, the shows are all planned out and scripted, and then I have to sit down and watch a panel of people ask loaded scripted questions that have scripted answers. Why are you wasting my time with things that I know what you're going to say? It's such a waste of my time. I think you agree with this. It's like, Booker T, what do you think? What do you think the guy's going to say? Oh, I think that it's going to be... oh, yeah, my Dean Ambrose. It's like, are you fucking for real? Really? Do you honestly really think this? Can't we just give some honest fucking opinions?
Like, honestly, if they wanted to do a segment like that, why don't you just make it a show on the network that we already fucking pay for?
I just don't know why. It's just one more way that my time can be fucking consumed.
It's not bad enough you go through 3 hours on Raw with not even 3 hours worth of wrestling, but now you're doing this on the pay-per-views.
I mean, loaded fucking questions. You're going to ask him a question, and then he's going to give you the fucking answer that you know what the answer's going to be. It just epitomizes the product. We have this beautiful glass desk, everything all lacquered up. You have, like, have Renee Young there. You have, like, Lita on the panel. Like, you have to fly her in. Fly her in to do this mock panel. Like, at least when you watch a sports panel, at least you know that you're going to get some, you're going to get some mix between, honesty and there's going to be some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? There's got to be a mix between what's expected and a candid response. And it's like, that it's all going to be laid out. What they're all going to say. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I hate this fucking fake panel. Burn it. Have a fucking Ring of Fire match. Set fire to the fucking table.
It's just another piss break.
It just one more reason. And the Divas used to be a reason where it's like, just get the fuck out of here. I need to take a leak. I need some Twizzlers.
Yeah, until that got good. Now we have to have another excuse for fans to go take a piss.
Dude, there should be no reason why a fan should just turn off your product. Okay? That's bullshit. Anyhow, I'm done.
Right.
Rusev against Titus O'Neil because they have nobody else in the picture.
And because Titus represents USA.
Okay.
It's not like we have Jack Swagger or Mark Henry or any of those other guys.
Okay. We'll make this short and sweet.
I'll make this as quick because there wasn't no spots in this match. Lana was wearing like a black leather outfit, which she looked really good, by the way.
Yeah, I would agree.
She introduced Rusev. This match started in the ring, quickly went outside, double clothesline onto the fucking floor.
Oh, jeez. That was I don't know if anyone has seen two Boeing 747s hit each other in midair. That's what that looks like, man. You got to see that shit. Dude, when 500 and something pounds hits the freaking floor in one shot, that was fucking insane.
Even I was unexpected when that happened.
You hear the fucking crash of flesh, and it just hitting the floor. That was freaking crazy, man.
Yeah. A few spots. Rusev got tossed into the barricade. Tice got tripped onto his steel steps, and now Rusev is in control.
Okay.
He tried to deaccolade, but then got reversed into a pump handle slam instead. That looked really good.
Okay.
There was the Sambo kick, and then Rusev crushed the accolade, and then he made Tice tap out.
Okay. My favorite part of this match is after the match. When he goes to Titus O'Neil, he gets the microphone, and of course, Titus O'Neil's family, celebrity father of the year,
like mega dad, they say,
whatever. And because it's Father's Day, you're bringing this guy's family, kiss my family. He's like, hey guys, okay, I'm gonna go out there and lose the Rusev, right? So the guy goes and cuts a freaking promo on Titus's family and calls his dad a loser and happy fucking Father's Day. I love it.
Freaking
okay.
Right. I wanted to say right when he did that, one of his kids fucking slapped him on the tit.
I just love it when they do shit like that.
Yeah, but like you don't fucking put your hands on a wrestler. Like if that wasn't Tice's kid, he probably would have slapped the shit out of him.
That would have been ugly. They probably would have got kicked out.
It's like that scene from One Night Stand 2006 where that little Indian kid punched Randy in the arm.
The guy elbowed him in the fucking head.
He turns around and looks at him. Then he turns back around. He's like, punk little motherfucker. You would love to slap the shit out of him. You don't touch a wrestler.
Yo, you don't. You don't. Except if you're, what's his name? Stephen Emile, and you jump over the barricade and you give some guy like...
Well, he's a celebrity, so who cares?
Oh, man. By the way, that's one of my favorite celebrity involvements of all time.
Well, Stephen Amell himself is a big time wrestling fan, which makes it easier for
dude,
the guys.
I love that. I love that. I loved his involvement. I thought the match that he had was high quality.
Him and Neville put on a pretty good match.
I agree. And
it was funny. Every kick or every punch to him was like death. But like, where was all this training on Arrow? Like, maybe if he came down to the ring as Oliver Queen, he probably would have been a better show.
Anyhow, Rusev, I love it. Maniacal, crazy, insane, jacked up Bulgarian dude. This is fucking talking shit to these fucking kids and calls his dad a loser. Anyhow, next match.
Okay,
I fucking love it. Okay, the next match.
The next match is the last one. It's
the guy that never lost the title that everybody likes against the guy with the title that nobody likes.
This actually makes my girlfriend sick because she likes Roman, but she likes Rollins just as much, and it makes her sick to see that a guy who's not over is not being the heel, and a guy who is over has to play the heel.
But also, if you look at the fan response with these two guys, it's all reversed. Roman Reigns comes out to
booze, like it is booze.
You can taste the vitriol in the air when this guy comes out. I think all you hear is the young women. Yay! We love you. I love you. I want to go home with you, Roman Reigns. 400 women going, "Oh, you're so sexy," and all the guys going, "Oh, you fucking suck. You fucking suck, golden boy, motherfucker."
If you ever watch Botchamania, it actually shows that the boos get muted because they're so loud.
I heard about that, especially on a show like SmackDown where it's taped. I've heard that they actually turn down the boos and they turn up the cheers.
Somebody brought a sign to one of the events one time. It says, "I paid to be here, not to be muted." So even the fans know what happens.
Dude, I'm surprised that sign even got into the building.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous that they're now taking signs away that aren't even that offensive. I saw one get taken away and said, "When it rains, it bores."
Yeah,
that got taken out.
They take it out because it doesn't support the status quo of what the company wants to promote.
But they paid for their ticket. They can chant what they want.
Apparently not.
They can't do whatever they want, obviously, but they have freedom of speech, and now you're taking that away from them.
Absolutely.
Anyhow,
let's get to this match. It was okay.
Yeah,
it was okay. I thought, are we gonna go like a blow by blow move of this? Or are we just gonna skip to brass tacks on this match?
I'll just skip to the main parts. There was the promo for the match. We already saw that.
Sure.
Seth enters, gets massive cheer. Roman enters, gets booed, obviously.
Right, of course. We
Crowd
expected that to happen.
Crowd shits on this a little bit. You can't wrestle. Roman gets booed. And gets the "you still sucks."
I don't think that the way that they started this match for the first 10 minutes really helped this match. Especially after we just saw like a Money in the Bank match.
I know, like this.
This is a real downer. But after you see what happened after, yeah. I think everyone went home happy tonight.
There were a lot of great moves actually in this match. Like, as a lot of people don't give him credit, he did a devastating move, cross stance, "you still suck." I'm like, these guys don't suck at wrestlers. Like, if you want to blame someone, blame the writers because they're pushing them like this.
Yeah.
Like, in the ring, they deliver and they give you all your money.
You know what? And Seth Rollins delivered. This guy proved that this guy's knee is just fine.
Even Roman pulled on a pretty good match. He did a lot of great moves. He did the splash mountain from the corner.
The guy did a spear into the side of the barricade. Looked like he knocked the shit out of himself.
The doctor came on. He's like pushing aside. "No, get the fuck out of here. I'm fine."
Yeah, it's fine. That's good. Can you just go over some of the really cool spots? I think that was one of them. When he moved out of the way and he went through the fucking barricade.
The barricade didn't even break. It just, you heard him smack into it.
Okay.
Kind of like, it's almost like in a Mortal Kombat game, the guy getting like fatality right into the barricade.
Mm-hmm.
The main part of that match was after the Splash Mountain. There was the outside where Rollins did the flip over the ropes, suicide dive.
He did two of those, didn't he?
He did a
bunch of those.
Yeah, he did a regular suicide dive. Then he did the tope over the ropes.
But we had no broken announcer tables tonight.
No, like they kind of teased it a little bit, but they didn't.
Dude, there was 6 or 7 of them. 4 of them in the rafters.
They probably had no reason to break any.
I still like to see at least one table.
Maybe the Money in the Bank match, they should have broken one.
Maybe one.
So near the end of this match, there was the Sling Blade, which is giving tribute to Finn Balor, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There was a springboard knee with a frog splash.
Mm-hmm.
There was a buckle bomb and then a kneeling super kick for 2.
Mm-hmm.
The superplex into a Falcon Arrow for 2.
That was a great looking spot.
A one-arm sit-out power bomb by Roman for 2.
He also did a crucifix bomb into a sit-out power bomb.
Yeah, the Splash Mountain.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that looked good.
It's a really good move.
Oh, jeez, it just because Rollins is a little smaller, Roman's a big guy.
It makes it look more devastating.
And the guy's up in a crucifix position, which means he's already about 8 feet in the air. And then when the guy goes from 8 feet to 0 feet, it just looks like a bomb went off.
Well, it's devastating.
It just looked awesome. He's got to do more moves like that. I really hate the fucking spear. I really hate the spear.
Yeah, the one move I did not see him do tonight was the bomb kick, which is his drive-by kick, I like to call him.
The running kick to the outside apron.
The outside apron. In the video game WWE Immortals, they actually have the name, which is the bomb kick. You know, like Hound of Justice, the bomb kick. And the spear is actually supposed to be called the Howling Spear. Okay. Because, he's a fucking wolf, apparently.
Okay.
Near the end of this match, there was the buckle bomb, and then it got countered into a Superman punch after he got hit with it.
Okay.
Roman speared barricade, got fucked up. Referee gets hit. Roman hits a spear and gets a 2 from the slow count.
He gets the visionary fall. Yeah. The referee comes back in, and he can't get the pin. And I say this all the time. Every time you see a visionary fall, the guy loses.
Which is what happened next, because after there was a spear in midair into a pedigree.
That was a great looking spot.
Only got a 2. Then he had a second one, and that gave him the win.
And he hit 2 in a row, and we're sitting there going like, wow, they gave the title back to him. Like, clean. It's like usually when you got like a heel, there's some nefarious means going on there.
I think they're trying to pull him off as like he's just a little shit chopper,
or the fact cheat. that Roman. I think what's going to happen is because the referee got knocked out, they're going to say that really legitimately he got screwed again. For the 3rd fucking time.
But Roman's the one who pushed him into the referee. It's his own fault.
It's you know how it is. You know how it is. This guy's always crying and complaining about how he's getting screwed over all the time. So he's once again crying and gets screwed over again. But speaking of screwed over again,
here it comes.
Dean Ambrose comes out.
After he just won it like a few minutes ago.
He comes out. He gives the dirty deeds. Actually, before he does that, he gives the briefcase to the ref.
Well, before even that, he came up behind Seth, nailed him in the head with the briefcase, and then gave it to the ref.
And then he gives the ref. Then he dirty deeds him. 1, 2, 3. And you know what? The moment we've been waiting for like 6 months since, was it Dean Ambrose? He beat Rollins?
Yeah.
And then they took it away from him.
Because it's like, a bullshit finish.
Because
it was the original ref.
Dude,
how many fucking times has a new ref come in and it's been a clean, decisive victory?
Yeah.
So just because it's one time a new ref comes in, you have to fucking reverse it.
Oh, dude. I'm happy for Dean Ambrose. Don't get me wrong.
I'm happy for him too, about fucking time.
And I freaking love title switches. Because I love it when they say, and the new, that kind of stuff. That stuff is great, okay? I love hearing that. Okay,
well, this isn't Tony Chimel. You got Lillian now; they're all females.
It's like and the new, like so.
You just like hearing the word "new" by
and
the commentators.
New. Yeah, it's great when you have like, you know what? I love the title switches. Okay, I just love this shit. So, Dean Ambrose
is the new champion.
See, what I dislike is this transitional 2-minute champion bullshit.
But the reason they did this is because Seth kept complaining, I've never lost a title. Well, now you just did.
I know, it's just you know how I feel because the last guy that had the title for 2 minutes before he lost it beforehand, okay?
Which was Roman.
Yes, it was Roman.
Against Dean, and then Sheamus cashed in on him.
Like, yeah, he had the title for 5 minutes. Sheamus cashed in the Money in the Bank on him. Only for him to get it back, lose it again, win it back, lose it, and then the other guy had the title for 15 seconds when he lost it again. Which gives, you an idea that they're probably going towards some kind of triple threat in some way.
So we're going to turn this into the next AJ versus Daniels versus Samoa Joe.
I guess so. I guess that's what they're going for. But, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, your new WWE World Heavyweight Champion, Dean Ambrose, the face of the company. What do you think?
I have no words. I think JBL took the words out of my mouth when he was talking about it.
It's like, can you imagine this guy on the face of a billboard? What do you say?
He said, imagine him on the face of a billboard. He's going to scare kids. Imagine him on the talk. Imagine him
on The View.
On The View, on Jay Leno.
Oh, God. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how long this lasts. We'll see how long this lasts until they go with the guy, because obviously the fans like him. He's very, very over. When the music hits, you hear the cheers. Not like when Roman comes out as champion and all you hear is freaking you
just hear hate.
Yeah, you can just hear I don't even have a good dictionary word for it.
Disgust.
They despise Roman.
I think
as being the hand-picked champion of the company.
I think it's because they despise the way the writers book him.
I don't like the way that guy's been booked. I don't.
It was your decision. What would you do different?
What would I would have done? I would have waited a year before I gave him the title. They broke him up with the Shield, and within a year they had the title on him. From the minute that they broke up the Shield, I would have had this guy go on an insane run for 1 year. Then, when the fans start liking him, either they like him or they dislike him. When you find out that the fans dislike him, then you just don't book a guy as a face that's not a face. But they have their ideas. Like I said, Roman Reigns, big, muscular, good looking, someone we can put in a movie, someone to replace John Cena. There it is. It's the prototype. Oh, of course. Oh, yeah, the pedigree of this man. It's like it says automatic. This guy's going to be some big, huge face in the company. And a lot of the smart wrestling fans are totally turned against this idea that they're not in charge. And if you heard, was it Storm? What's his name? Storm? Lance Storm?
James Storm?
Yeah, is it James Lance Storm?
Lance hasn't been
Lance Storm.
He hasn't been part of it.
He has. I heard him on a podcast. I can't remember whose podcast it was, and it's just these fans. I might have been, and he was talking about the attitude of the fans. It's like, instead of being part of the experience, they want to be the show. It's like, you're not the show. Yeah, based on how we react to you, maybe that's how we book you. But fans totally taking over the show, he thinks that's bullshit.
I think it's also one of the main reasons Brett left the company, because he was sick of the way that it was turning into, people cheering for the bad guys now. He's busted his ass, being he tried to be one of the main faces of this company, but it's people did not respect it anymore. They want to cheer for
Bret Hart is
rogues.
But Bret Hart's another story altogether.
Yeah, if you want
Bret Hart's someone who really started buying into his own hype, because he got aboard the Hulk Hogan machine, which when he realized how Hulk Hogan worked, then all of a sudden Bret Hart started being a little more like Hulk Hogan than he'd like to admit.
If you want any more major details on Bret, I would suggest watching his Wrestling with Shadows movie. Oh,
I've seen that movie a few times.
I actually own it.
Devastating film.
I know.
Great. I mean, who would have thought that when that was going on that was going to happen? That is very advantageous serendipity, as they call it. They had no idea that was going to happen. Yeah. Anyhow,
there's a lot of shit in there you'll want to see.
Did any of us think it's serendipity? Did any of us think tonight that Dean Ambrose was going to walk out with the world title? Did you honestly think that was going to happen tonight?
It's just because they put it before the world title match that made you think that maybe he'll come out.
Fans like that, right?
They
like that going oh, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And we were sitting here with a couple of your friends tonight, and the guys, and I agree with his stance. It's my stance as well, that I prefer it when I don't know when the guy's going to come out. And it gets exciting when you say, uh-oh, Seth Rollins, he's laid out. here comes the money.
Maybe-
Great contract. It's like, here we go. This is like, oh, he's going to win the title. And then somehow he gets thwarted in some way. And then he doesn't win. And then when he finally wins.
You wanted Roman to get in there and spear him. Make sure it didn't happen.
Oh, dude. I think that would have been a perfect moment to turn Roman heel. Like, he's your brother. You're supposed to support him. And all of a sudden, you fuck Dean Ambrose out of the title. That would have been a great moment. Then Seth Rollins could have a short run as champion, and then you could have turned Roman Reigns heel all in one shot. But that's just me. I'm just a wrestling fan. I'm an idiot. I don't run the show. So
we're going to have to see what happens on Monday.
Exactly, and that's in a few hours because we're going late. So we're going to take a short break here, and then we're going to come back. We're going to talk about the brand split, and then we're going to say bon voyage.
Trinity Flip.